2 for 9. Bang.
0 for 2. Fucking biggest 2 shots you played.
Watching language.
Plus 13. I'll take that all day long.
Yeah, that's my that checks out.
Yeah, well played. Well played.
Yeah, but 5 straight points up.
You got it.
I got cooked.
Okay. So who we got here? We got your jerseys on. I don't know.
Alex Douglas.
Sean McCartruck.
Yep.
Will Dorian.
And Henry Vedder's coming.
Henry Vedders.
I would hope so.
Yeah, that shot wasn't half bad. 8:30.
It did.
I'm definitely working. It went in the hoop
Oh man.
at the right time.
Oh man.
Pretty in-depth. That was political.
Feel when that happened.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good shot.
Yeah, wood shot. Oh.
Game wasn't over, though.
Yeah.
When you hit that, I was like, well played. After my air ball.
Yeah, no, that was a good.
I appreciate yeah,
that was a good shot. That was a good shot.
I saw Trevor late. I wanted to throw.
That was a great look.
Yeah, well played.
Thank you. Man, oh man.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't adjust it.
A little wind.
Weird.
Dude, Terrell
Yeah,
was
same.
fucking cooking.
Just trying to hit a draw.
You go find the halftime stats. You'll find it's a lot better.
Yeah. I'm going to erase the other parts of it.
Yeah, like.
2 for 5, 2 for 6 or something like that.
10 for 13, that'll work. Thank you, sir.
Bunch of buckets.
Get 9 for 13.
Yeah, that's
Bang.
OD. Yeah, I'm taking this home with me.
You guys, we'll get
Yeah, thanks.
Go. Thank you.
Yeah, well played.
Jamidi.
Just still never on time.
Yeah.
Is he coming to this?
No.
No. It's a senior.
Is that it, Tal?
If you guys want to, we can start. Coach will be here. You want to do that?
He actually says something.
Huh? Moses?
I'm sure they all have something to say.
What you guys want to do? You want to start or you want to wait?
We can wait for him. That's
Okay.
our leader.
All right, good deal. I have it as this is the first Division III men's basketball champion from Connecticut.
Wow. Right?
Yeah, that'll work.
Fair. Reasonable.
That's it
Yeah.
for Hartford.
There you go.
They're coming for you.
Yep, so
Who won the girls' game?
NYU was up big, went to,
By
by 90, right, or something.
30?
Right on pace for their winning margin.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
16 after the first quarter.
Okay, yeah. They played Smith? Yeah.
2 years in a row, right?
Ouch.
And lost, right?
Were they undefeated last year, too? Yeah. It's pretty down.
62 in a row.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll just keep UConn as the only men and women champion.
That's right. That's right. That's the only one in it. Yeah, that's right.
They've done it twice.
Yeah. I mean, 5 for 26 from 3 is
You guys were 1 of 21.
2 of 20.
You were one of-
2 of 21.
to start.
I thought they were 1 of 21.
No, you came over. We talked to you. Came over. It was 2 of 21.
Okay.
That's like 9. That's like 9.
Okay, okay.
One had to fall.
Yeah, I mean.
Lucky JP didn't come over because he came down. I was like, they got to quit shooting threes. That's what I said. I said, they got to quit shooting threes. What are we doing? Got to quit shooting.
Go in the hoop.
What do I know? That's why I'm over here, not over there.
Would you want to start?
I'm fine. I mean, it's y'all's, here we go.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know how long
I don't
it's
know.
gonna
Yeah,
be.
it should be right there. No, I guess I don't. My feet are killing
JJ
me.
makes better.
Is he close? Do you see him?
Yeah, this
don't see
this mix.
We don't see him. Well, let's go. You want to go?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's go. Let's get started here.
He's on his
Okay.
way. Oh, pause it.
But what does that mean? No, I understand.
True now. Did Hamden stuff.
Yeah, Brock Susko, 7 points.
Hamden stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, 2 name ones. I mean,
Who did? Sanders?
no, it was Howard. Sanders. Back to
Yeah. Oh, let's see.
Was it transfer?
I think.
Except for me and Costello.
And Sanders. No, Stone.
No.
For sure.
All Right on time. Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Ready, Coach?
Ready.
All right. Okay, we'll get started with our champions here from Trinity. Coach Cosgrove, opening comment, and then we'll take questions for the players early, and then we'll come back to Coach.
Yeah, still settling in. That's a nice ring to it. Champions, Trinity College. So, real proud of these guys and all these guys, especially these seniors who have been through a lot in the last 4 years, and I'm so thankful for them and all their hard work. And our seniors and juniors, we have a lot of them, and just all the perseverance they've done to get us here is unbelievable.
Coach, I told him first Division III men's basketball champion from Connecticut, so congratulations on that. Small bit of trivia there. Questions, here we go. Who's first? Who's feeling it?
All right, Henry, so tell us about basically that second last division, that last possession where you hit the game.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Will got a good shot. He missed it. Trevor, huge offensive rebound, got blocked. Drew Lazar, seriously, he's one of the best rebounding guards in the country. And swung it to me, just one more, trusted me, and I just let it fly like my teammates have been telling me all game. I mean, people want to talk about that shot, but they won't see everyone on the bench telling me to shoot it when, I wasn't hitting early in the game. And even in the locker room at halftime, everyone's telling me to keep firing, and that's the stuff that matters. Not, that was pretty open three, but everyone instilled confidence in me to shoot that shot, and that's what mattered.
That last 4 minutes, though, you were hitting pretty well.
Yeah, again, wasn't in, and Will kept finding me. Guys kept sending pin downs for me coming off, and just total team win. Honestly, Jarrell was huge, and everyone was huge. But Jarrell really kept us afloat offensively, just a lot of big possessions. And Trevor, I thought in the first half, had tons of offensive rebounds, which kind of kept the momentum alive for us. And Coach said, kind of that's been our MO. If we're not hitting shots, we got to clamp down. And didn't shoot it great, but still came out with the win, and that's all because of our defense and rebounding, which is huge.
13-0 on second chance points. You see that? 13-0 right there.
Henry, not to keep harping on it, some of the bigger games, you've not had great shooting nights. When it starts, not so well like it did tonight. How do you keep focused? How do you keep confidence going?
Yeah, it's just like averages. I like to think if I miss however many, the next however many are good. And again, it just goes back to my teammates. I come back to the bench, Alex telling me to keep firing, Sean telling me to keep firing, Will kept throwing me passes, easily could have gone another way, but guys trusted me, and that's kind of been our team all year. It's just everyone trusts each other to make plays down the stretch, and tonight it happened to be me. But, I think it's just unfortunate how people want to talk about that shot, but not all the stuff before it that really mattered. Like I said, I got a wide open one more three from Drew, and I knocked it down. But, the stuff that happened in the 39 minutes before really kept us afloat, and, I'm just glad I had that opportunity.
Will, can you tell us about, in the first half? Of course, you come out and hit that big three early, right? And it was just you and Jarrell who were having most of the success from the floor. First off, what was working for you guys? What was working for him? And then what was NYU to kind of clamp down on everybody else?
It's a loaded question. I think the great part about our team is just that, like we've talked about, we're just so deep. I think on any given night, it could be just a 3-minute stretch where someone's really good. Of course, they're going to hone down on Henry, on Drew. So I felt like I could step up a bit in those first couple minutes. Jarrell was great. And then I think something about Henry that I'm sure a lot of people do know but might not know is he's the hardest working guy I've ever played with. So as the game progressed, I knew he was going to start hitting shots. The whole team knew he was going to start hitting shots. So I think that was just kind of the story of our team is just we trusted each other throughout the game. Even though NYU may have clamped down, we found ways to score. But ultimately, like Henry said, like coaches harped on, we just took care of business on defense. That's been our MO, and I thought we did a really great job of that tonight.
Alex and Sean, can you talk about the team since you've got here to Fort Wayne? It just really seemed like you guys were super focused. You were super locked in. Like you had a secret that none of us knew. You knew what was really going to happen here. You were super determined.
Yeah, I can speak to that. I think that last year we were kind of a little shell-shocked when we got here. Obviously, we made history last year, best record in school history, so we kind of just were, the lights were a little bright. I think that this year, bringing a lot of experience back, like Will said, but not just Henry, all of our guys, hardest working team I've ever been on. And once we got back home last year, kind of ramped up even more. And we just knew that no one worked harder than us. No one prepares the way we prepare. So when we got here, we just knew that we just had to win 2 basketball games. I mean, I'm sitting next to a table of guys who won high school championships, won 2 conference championships. These guys have been winning all their life. Just had to win 2 basketball games, and we knew that, and we kept harping on that and just took care of business.
Sean, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of hit on the ball there, but we kind of stayed connected. We took it as a business trip this year. Last year was like like starstruck, and we locked down and really took it as a business trip and remained focused and one day at a time and one game at a time.
You could see it right here.
Yeah, Sean, it seemed like even from the beginning of the game, you guys kind of wanted it more, and it didn't seem like that was going to be enough. You came up with even an extra gear in the second half.
I agree.
What was the conversation in the locker room to say, we got to keep up in this?
Yeah, I mean, in the halftime, we're due. We haven't been hitting shots in the first half. And, we trusted our guys to, again, Henry, we trusted him to hit shots in the second half. And we really, focus on defense. And we knew if we, locked down and did our thing, we would, come out on top. And we really prioritize, energy. And that, kind of pushes us to, strive defensively and work together as a unit.
James, can you talk about the defensive effort? Because regardless of the finish and the baskets you made to win this game, you held them to 60 points. And they have so much talent and firepower. To hold them to 60 is really difficult. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, have they scored less than that this year? Do we know? Probably not.
I'll look it up.
Yeah. So, I mean, because their offense is terrific, and they have so many players. I mean, they got so many fifth-year guys who have played at higher levels and done unbelievable things. And so for us to lock them up like that is a great tribute to these guys and the effort and the attention to detail that they put into everything that we do. And we don't win this game if we don't have that, and if these guys aren't bought into locking them down and getting stops, and they did a great job of it, and that's why we won. I mean,
16 is a season low for him.
yeah, 6 is a season low. So, I mean, they're averaging 81, I think. So, and these guys, we talked about it because, they're a very, very good team, and, we're not gonna be able to outscore them 88-80 and win. I mean, it was gonna have to be a grind out game like this, and these guys did an unbelievable job staying focused with it.
Just to piggyback on that, Coach, did you think they even had another gear in that second half to come out even
Who?
tougher? Your guys.
Our guys? Yeah. Oh, yeah. We've been doing that all year. And we compared it at halftime or at one point to Wesleyan. I mean, Wesleyan is such a tough team, and we knew we just had to grind and grind and grind. If we grinded it out, we'd find a way to get it done, and that's what these guys did, and I'm really proud of them for that.
Go
For
ahead.
any of you, if you want to just speak a little more to how useful last year was, both the experience and then obviously the pain of not winning for a couple of
Yeah, Will.
Yeah, I mean, Alex had mentioned it. I really felt like it was kind of, I don't know, just out of body experience a little bit last year. I think the lights were a little too bright for some of us, most of us, I would say. And from October, 22nd? We just talked about getting back here. Extremely motivated in the off season. Our strength coach really honed in on conditioning, lifts and whatnot. And I think getting back here, being used to the environment. I think last year I'd have been asked about the size of the gym and the depth perception, and I definitely saw it differently. And we'll credit Alex to my right. He's been working with me on my jump shot, although I was 2 for 9. I'll take those 2 threes any day of the week.
All day, baby.
Even if it's a bank, but I mean,
Hit the biggest one of the year.
Still counts.
credit to him. He's been helping me a lot. But yeah, it was a different feeling this year. Different mentality, our practices, no music.
Yeah.
We were wired in from the get-go. We had one fun day getting here, but after that we knew we had some business to do, and thank God we did it.
Yeah, I think it honestly just goes back to the preseason. we made goals as a team, and we put them up on the door of our locker room, and everyone signed it. And probably one of the first goals is just one common goal, in parentheses, national championship.
No, well, I'm going to interrupt that. These guys came to me and said, "Hey, this is what we want to do, our goals, and national champs." I said, "Wait a second, that's crazy. Let's tone that down a little and put championships, because hey, winning the NESCAC championship is unbelievable. Winning a sectional championship is unbelievable." But these guys had it, and luckily for me, because I wouldn't have made it through the year. They said, "Okay, we'll put instead of national championship, this is our one goal is championships." And got credit to these guys. They got three championships. They won the NESCAC championship. They won the sectional championship. And now they won the national championship. So you guys were right and I was wrong.
It's music to my ears.
That's first. That's on my 6 years here.
Hey, we're getting it on the way out. I'm happy.
You guys are right. I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're right about that.
Anything else? Right there.
Congratulations, of course. It might be a tough time to reflect, but you seniors, what are you guys going to miss most about Trinity basketball?
I can go first. It's been the best 4 years of my life. These guys right here, I mean, we've been at each other's necks for 4 years, fighting every day. And I mean, every time we've gone to war with each other, I feel like we know that nobody has it tougher than us every single day. Like, I think we compete so much, and you learn those life lessons of competitiveness, adversity. I mean, I'll just say, last year we lost to Williams, at Williams, had to go play the conference championship game there. And me and Drew just kept saying, and I'd say I'm pretty religious, not extreme to an extreme, but we just kept saying, God's not always there when you want him, but he's always on time. And that's been me and Drew's motto for the past 2 years. Lost to Williams at Williams, go back to Williams, get a conference championship. Lose to Wesleyan at home this year, go to Wesleyan, get a conference championship. Lose here last year with our seniors. The season ends, gotta fly home, come back here this year, get a national championship. And those lessons just, forget putting the ball in the basket. I mean, it's gonna sit with me the rest of my life. Sat in the doctor's office this year, a little over 2 months ago. Snapped my hand 3 places. Sat in the doctor's office, cried. Season was over. Didn't really know what I was going to do next. And these guys picked me up. Were there for me. And, man, I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy I didn't play another game all year, Coach. Sat in your office. I was upset I couldn't play anymore. I'm happy I didn't practice one more time. Because
Well,
Me too. I hated when Alex would get up in me and practice.
and that's what it's about. It's like, and that's been our team, and for the last few years, to be honest with you, is, Alex was very upset that he got hurt and whatnot, but he didn't miss a beat. And to see him and Will become the brothers that they become, and to work out together, and him helping Will, and him making him better, it's unbelievable, especially from where you two came from. But it's unbelievable to see, and honestly, that's probably the biggest and the best part about coaching, is to see these guys grow like that, and to see them develop and to come together for a common goal. And I'm so happy we won, but I'm more happy about the way these guys have grown and how they love each other. The main reason we won is because they care about each other so much, and they just wanted it for each other, big time. And that's what it's about. Young man in the hat, you have a question?
No, Sean's still. Oh.
You always say, you get stuff done. Do you think that you did that today?
Got it done. Big guy. Got it done.
Sean.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm going to miss the most, absolutely, is, the brotherhood, going to practice every day and battling with each other, making each other better, and, especially team lifts, during J-term when no one's on campus and it's just us and, no other, or it's just a few sports teams, but that's when we really, really get close, like movie nights, and, we're all on Fortnite playing, Zone Wars or whatever, and I feel like that just really made us close. And I feel like that's going to be a bond that we're going to have, forever and
Rest of our lives.
rest of our lives. And now we're like officially, cemented in. And I love these guys, and I'm going to miss. It hasn't really hit me yet. My career's over, but I'm going to miss. Preseason, like ladders, conditioning, just waking up early.
You're gonna miss that. You're not missing.
I'm going to miss it. Waking up early,
I mean, my last one.
I'm just, it hasn't really hit me yet, but I'm just, the brotherhood and love the guys and.
What do we missed the most? We're gonna miss the most. Winning. I'm gonna miss that. I think what I'm gonna miss the most is just being part of such a tight knit community. When I first came to Trinity, we had a lot of talented guys, but just didn't quite piece it together. And to see how it's developed, how everyone's come in with such a great mentality of just wanting to get better, want great things for each other. I think leaving that community and that brotherhood, like we've been saying, is something I'm going to miss, but something I really appreciate. Be a band for life. I thank Coach Cosgrove for taking a chance on me.
Absolutely.
I had a tough recruiting experience, but he said, I'd love for you to come play for me, and I can't imagine making any other decision.
Yeah, it's a good decision, Will. Good decision.
Coach, just what does this mean? Obviously, long tradition at Trinity, but the first title, it beat two alums to get this far.
Good point.
What does it mean for the school? And I don't want to ask about you personally, but for the legacy that you guys collectively are trying to leave.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you put it into words, but I mean, I just think, I think we have a proud tradition of greatness in our athletics, number one, and in our school, and in our basketball history. I mean, they went to Final Four in 1994. That's 30 plus years, and that was, I think, the first year you were eligible to go to the NCAA tournament for NESCACs. So, and they had unbelievable teams before that. So, just to carry the tradition and to enhance it, and to do something that no team has ever done, to win a national championship for men's basketball is pretty special. And I'm just really happy for these guys. And like they said, now they're cemented in history. But more importantly, which is kind of neat, they're cemented together for the rest of their lives. So that's even better. That's what I enjoy the most.
I think what makes this mean so much to us is just knowing how much everyone in our locker room's been through and the process that we've endured. All these guys up here, my freshman year 2 years ago, we were 16-9, lost in the quarterfinals. Last year, great year, fell short in the Final Four, and to get back here and to win it this time, I think that's what really means it, just knowing how we went through the process. Guys stayed grounded, guys showed up the next year, worked harder, and that's what makes it so special, is just knowing that everyone stuck with it, stayed together. And I think that was an advantage for us tonight, is knowing that, look, NYU's great, and credit to them, they've got a lot of talented players, but we've got guys who've been through it, who've stayed together, and have gone through that process. And so I think that's probably the biggest difference.
Yeah, and I just want to say one more thing about it, too, is when those guys came to me about their goals for the season, I need to say this, one of the reasons that I was like that is we graduated our leading scorer. We graduated the best defender maybe in the history of the school. We graduated another kid who was a tremendous defender. We graduated 3 kids that were unbelievable players. And for these guys, and basically it's these guys that came back the next year. It's not like we added a ton of pieces. We have some freshmen, we have 1 transfer. But these guys, to persevere like that, when we lost a lot of talented players, a lot of guys that were real important to our success, going 30-2 last year, and to come back there this year and be better and enhance it is unbelievable. And that's a credit to these kids and that locker room for sure. Yeah.
I guess
for anyone who wants to take it, you guys obviously came here for a business trip, but what did you think of the experience here in Fort Wayne as the city hosts the championship again?
I thought Fort Wayne was awesome. Seriously, it was great. The NCAA and the people, the hosts here were tremendous. Our hosts here were terrific. I mean, we were, don't forget, we're little D3 guys, so we're not used to the special treatment with the sirens and the the motorcade or whatever you want to call it driving us here, and the bus driver on call 24/7, and people greeting you at the door, and and treating us so. Don't get used to it, guys. You gotta get back to your normal life now. But everyone here in Fort Wayne was unbelievable to us, and we can't thank everyone enough. It was a great experience. Just as far as the atmosphere and the way we were treated was unbelievable.
Guys, you have anything to add to that? Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully our trip home is a little bit better tomorrow. Most people probably don't know last year the travel day was. I stayed the night in Atlanta with about 5 of my team. We missed our connection. Half these guys got home at like 4 in the morning. We stayed in a hotel in Atlanta. And it sucked. It was a horrible experience. But to get back here and to come here and like Trevor said, Coach says, get stuff done. I don't care if we miss our connection tomorrow. We'll be smiling.
I spent a week in NCAA experience.
Right, that's right.
Anything else on Fort Wayne? You guys have anything?
I will say an extended trip was nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, and they last week when we beat. Who did we beat last week? Catholic, thank you. When we beat Catholic, these guys said, "Coach, I'm so excited I get to spend a spring break with you." They all came up to me and said that as a person, I get to spring break with you. but so we're on spring break this week, and it's and some guys could lose focus and whatnot and not be locked in because of it being like, oh man, I wish I was here, I wish we were doing it. But not these guys. They're about the right things and about attention to detail and getting stuff done. And I think that's why we're sitting here right now the way we are.
The best, didn't have to miss any class.
What's the return going to be? What's the get back? What's the party? Parade? What are we doing?
What are we doing, guys?
Class Monday.
Class on Monday.
Class Monday morning. Student athlete.
To be determined.
Class Monday.
To be determined.
I'm good.
To be determined. All right, buddy. Thank you, champions. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
I like that. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I'm taking this.
Take